You need to have people around you that is in your corner, and people that's gonna love you, look out for you, and that's what it's really about. And I'm just saying that I'm blessed to have that. You know, I mean, not like most people. This experience, I've seen people. I know people right now that's worked hard 20, 30 years and lost everything, had to start all over again. You know, and I used to kind of like, wow, man, they had a certain point, but it's really something when you see in this economy, the way this world is, how people work so hard and they get stuff and it's gone just like that. You know, no matter what they've done all the right things. And it's like I think about my friend who worked hard, my friend John, who worked for 25, 30 years and raised a family, and he had to practically run through his savings trying to save his because he got injured on the job and stuff like that. That kind of it wakes you up. He's my age. He's about a year and a half older than me. But it's just that you see stuff like that happen, you know, and you're thankful that God has blessed him. But it's hard. Um, Sometimes you look at other people, but then again, God can God allow you to go through situations for reasons. Uh, and with with hopefully I can inspire somebody younger, somebody whether it's a male or female, whether it's somebody from a different part of the world, whatever they got a handicap, disability, maybe they have low self-esteem. Um, Somebody that just say, hey, I know it's like to be alone. I know it's like to be isolated. I know what it's like to live this life and just feel like in a natural, it seems like you're walking alone. When technically, people will only be around you for a certain amount of time, and then you're by yourself, and you get used to it. But and sometimes again, it could be a good thing because you can have somebody around you for the wrong reason and drain you. So that's the reality. Um, and I'm just grateful, and I have I have a social media channel, YouTube and Facebook. I got a few friends and a few family members. I ain't popular, but hey, at this point, sometimes that could be a good thing because I've seen people who are popular than you. How people you attract all kind of demons and devils that come to the line, crazy people, and that's the truth. That's what I learned. So sometimes people come after you. You see the nature of what other people go through. It's like God, man, the hatred towards somebody, the jealousy, the envious, and you see evil in people do wicked things. And you got some people that got some issues, and so it's a good that you don't get a chance to know everybody, because some people can. You have to watch what kind of people come in your life because they God can send people and the devil can send people. When the devil sends somebody, when he sends it, they come for a bad reason. They come to zap whatever is out of you, distract you, get you on the path of destruction, make you to feel depressed, make you feel down. Maybe they use you, abuse you in some form or fashion. And so you have to watch what kind of people enter to your life. And that's the truth with anybody. But I want to make this video just to give the introduction of who I am. And I'm just a person I'm learning. this video thing, videography thing, video thing as I'm going along. Just bear with me. Those who like my stuff, if you like it, but I'm just going along with it. But I hope I'm just doing it for fun. Um, I heard people, trying to get better material. So I'm gonna work at it. But anyway, I just thank you for taking this time out to come see this video, and you guys be a blessed one. But I just want to give you an introduction on who I am. Who am I? You know, and probably wonder, well, where are you from? Well, okay. Oh, I forgot to mention that part. Okay, I was born in Cleveland, Ohio. I was raised around Youngstown, Ohio, which is like an hour, like going southeast of Cleveland, and which is right on the border, right next to the Pennsylvania border, which is not too far from Pennsylvania border. Um, my mom's from Youngstown. Um, my dad was from Cleveland. I have a sister from my dad's side, and she still lives in Cleveland. She used to live in Youngstown and have her kids. She has a she has a daughter and a son, and two grandbabies. Um, one is 7 years old. The other one I think is, I don't know how many months he is. My niece, I don't hardly ever see her, but the only thing that she knows to her, I have a nephew. She lived with his mom, my sister. Um, my mother still lives. She lives back around on the outskirts of Youngstown. She lives, you know, my aunts, my aunt, got two aunts. My sister, my mother's sister, one lives in Cleveland, one lives in Youngstown. My dad, both his sisters still living. My dad's brother died about 10 years ago. Maybe about 10 years, about 10. He was like my baby. He was like the baby brother. But both of my aunts still living. Got two grand aunts still living. That's in Cleveland. Well, Cleveland, between Cleveland and Youngstown, that's where my people at. Right now, I'm in Columbus, Ohio. Been here since 2007. My mother lived in Cincinnati. Then back in about 1999, 1998, she moved down to Cincinnati. Then I moved to Cincinnati. I didn't like it down there. Then I lived in Covington. I went to school down there, worked various jobs down there. The reason why I didn't like Cincinnati, to me, my personal feeling is it depends on some people. And no offense to people who, if they are from Cincinnati, but it's like, I don't know. It's like from anybody from a different part of Ohio or elsewhere. It's like people see you, but I just feel like they kind of stayed off to themselves. Up here, it's not so much like that. I mean, in certain areas of Columbus like that, but Cincinnati's really like that. I mean, it really, people work and go to school, and they stick with the people who work and go to school and go to college, and they don't gather outside. If you ain't born and raised up in Cincinnati, I mean, that's the impression that I get. They're like, man, because you been living down there for a certain amount of time. We was married to my mother was married to some, family member, but even when I was working down there, I noticed that. But some people can fit right in. It's not for everybody. The city's not for everybody. Put it to you that way. You have to have a certain demeanor, you know. And most people I know people live in Cincinnati. I don't know what it is. They never hear from them again. I don't know what it is. Like they get down to Cincinnati, and it's like, wow, they never hear from them. I mean, they change, they switch, their whole personality change. I don't know what it is about that city, man. That changes people's personality once they move down there. They turn into them down there. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, that's from my from my view. Yeah. But Columbus is kind of people kind of like that here. It depends, but they're more a little bit more open in Ohio, as far as Ohio, because people come from all across the country and all over Ohio. So they're not, you know, you might find a segment here of people like that, but not too much. Most people will kind of like, depends on where you're at. They kind of come up, they kind of come open with you. Cincinnati people, uh, mm-mm, yeah. Um, Cleveland could probably the same way. You know, luckily I got a family in Cleveland, but if you don't have family in Ohio, some parts of Ohio, you stuck, you alone. You know, this ain't. It depends on what part of Ohio you live in too. This is what I know about Ohio. You know, some people might disagree with me, but I, that's fine. But this I lived in these different cities. I visited these little towns in between. I'm telling you, I would even live in Dayton. I mean, or someplace like that. It's just like it's dried up, boring down there. But that's my opinion. Same as Youngstown, where Youngstown's kind of slow. Where I went to school at, I went to school up there. Went to three different high schools, one vocational school, elementary school. One of the high schools is no longer there. Two of the high schools they moved them. Uh, they changed the vocational school. Elementary school was changed, and junior high school changed. Um, I came out in 1986. Graduated in 1986. Um, you know, I was trying to get at one time go with my buddy to get into service. That go to buddy place, but I didn't go to the military. But yet I went to school around there. You know, worked a few jobs. That's about it. But that's about me. So that's pretty much who I am. And you know, living from one interstate to the other interstate of Ohio. Now I'm in Central Ohio. It's a bit. It's the territories are you know different. No matter what state you live in, you know it. Those of you know when if you live in a state and you go to a different part of your state, you know the territories and the people is totally is different. You know, and that's how it is here. But my recommendation is Columbus. If you're gonna start out Columbus. Um, Educational wise, help. You know, if you're in the health field, start out here. This would be your best bet. College, they got schools. It's like the other cities do. They got their schools too, but it's here. Um, that's about it. Mm, I guess some parks